What's the best way to get in shape for the new year? How about an incredible snowshoeing adventure with Rhea and me down the historic rail trail in Park City, Utah?
Then, the winter adventures continue as we try out the ropes kiteboarding at one of the best places in Utah to make it happen this winter, up at Daniels Summit.
Finally, what's the funnest job at an ATV dealership? Well, if you ask Joe Keddington, he'll tell you it's being an assembler at Weller Recreation. It's a new year filled with new adventures, and they're coming your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. Okay, new year. Set the pace. Gonna do something new. Get in shape.
That's right. Hi, everybody. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth. Welcome to At Your Leisure. We are in Park City today.
Yep.
And guess what we're doing?
We're on the rail trail, and we're going to be doing some snowshoeing because we're going to burn off all those holiday calories. Well, actually, the entire year of 2018, I'm going to burn off right up there in the next, 10 minutes.
And I want to watch, because I don't think I'm going to make that goal.
I'm going to lose 15 pounds immediately. I wish. Yeah.
Anyway, we decided that if you're going to start a new year, what you do at New Year's sets the pace for the year. So let's be active, let's be outdoors, and let's have some fun.
All right, let's go see what it takes to snowshoe and work up a sweat.
Okay, great. I'm going to start with this, Rhea.
What's that?
Okay, it's really cold up here in Park City today, and we're going to be getting into a colder area. So I brought my Fortress gear.
Oh, good.
This is something that you've seen on our show before. This is the stuff where you can jump through the ice into the water, come back out, and while you'll be wet, you'll still be warm. And so this is an underlayer. And I'm just going to grab this, and this is what I'm going to wear under my regular clothes. So it's kind of like a Fortress jacket, but it's just, it has no collar on it, you'll see. These were designed for the people that work in the oil fields in the winter because they were freezing to death. And it was actually one of the oil workers' dads that said, I think we can solve that problem. Up, hip, whoop, there we go. So you just put this layer on. Like this, you zip it up, you put your coat on over it, and then if your ears get cold, there's a hat. Very warm hat. Do I look like a babushka?
You kind of do. Well, you sure as heck look warm, that's for sure, and dry.
That's true. So we're ready to hit the road, and we're good to 40 below.
All right, let's do it.
No snow on me.
This is great. Snowshoeing is so fun with your husband. Well, we're working up sweat. We got our heart pumping. We've covered about 1/5 of the trail. We've just cleared Highway 40, and we are just having a glorious day.
That's true. This whole trail is 18.2 miles. So we might not make it by the end of the show.
Speak for yourself, Senator.
But right now, it's time for us to go off to our travel adventure. You know, sometimes we get so preoccupied with the conventional way to do things that we forget technology when it catches up to us. Think about getting pulled on skis behind your mom's station wagon. Well, this is kind of like that on steroids. Watch.
Well, today I got a little exposure to kiteboarding, or snow kiting I should say. I've never done any type of kiting snowboarding, skiing. It's a little scary. You think it's gonna pull you up in the air, but that's why you practice beforehand with the kite. Feels like it's pulling you out of your boots.
I've been doing this since the 90s when the first kite came out. Every time I see somebody get up and going, it's the best feeling because I'm sharing something to them. It's a new sport, a new thing to get outdoor and enjoy the winter, because everybody thinks the winter is you don't do anything, but there's a lot to do in the winter time.
Last year I came to Utah for a convention where a bunch of deaf people got together. It was the U.S. Deaf Ski and Snowboard Association of America. We saw Jacob, we just started talking to him, and he said he was a local, and he said that he does a lot of snow kiting, and we were intrigued, and he offered to come take us out whenever we had the chance, and we were able to take him up on his offer. So my parents are deaf, and I also work as an interpreter. So I grew up in the deaf world, in the deaf community. It's just where I'm comfortable. I go back and forth with my hearing friends and deaf friends, but at the end of the day, we're all human and we all just like to hang out and do what we like to do. My buddy Anthony lived in Washington. We did a job together and realized we both snowboard, so we ended up hitting the mountains hard that winter. And then we came to Utah together and met Jacob, and the rest is sort of history. Anthony was super psyched about going out with a deaf instructor. This way, everything would be super clear as far as communication, the expectation. And if he had any questions, he felt very confident that Jacob would be able to answer them. A sport like this doesn't really require too much auditory input. It's basically the feel for the wind and your board and the snow. So, Jacob he's deaf, but my God, he can rip on that board. And so can Anthony. Those guys both are awesome. When I'm out there in the fields, it feels like I'm in a Zen moment. There's really no words for it. I don't know if I'm flying, moving. I don't know. It's a different world.
He's doing great. He's already had a good board skill. He's just got to get the feeling of the kite, so he just needs a day or two, and then he's going to be on his own and be able to kite. So.
This is my second time on the snow. I just started 2 or 3 days ago. We were out here a little bit longer today, and I'm actually looking forward to going back out again.
All you gotta do is you already have the skis and a helmet and all that stuff. The only thing you need to do is just buy a kite. And a kite can be inexpensive, or you can decide, there's a different price range of kites and what you want to buy. And so anywhere from a complete gift, it could start at $1,000, and it can go up to a complete quiver, you spend about $3,000. And so there's no gas involved, there's no lift tickets involved. All you need is your ski that you already used at the resort, and a vehicle just to drive up to the spot, and then you go from there.
All right, I'm ready to go.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
The trail isn't about point A to B, it's everything in between. An adventure, a reunion, your escape. It may not be the path of least resistance, and we like it that way, because the road less traveled will always lead you somewhere. The new 50-inch Maverick Trail, Can-Am engineering for the trails and all who ride them.
At Paris RV, you can count on 5 things: a huge inventory of RVs, great service, a large variety of accessories. Now, 2 locations and 14 brands of toy haulers. From Vortex, Striker, Attitude, Powerlight, Highlander, Thunderbolt, Boost, Hyperlight, Nitro, Sandsport, Salem Cruise Light, Iconic, Cyclone, and Sandstorm. Paris RV, 4360 South State, and now 5545 South State, and online at parisrv.com.
Paris RV is Utah's #1 volume toy hauler dealer.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Scott Huntsman. This is our What's New segment. Now, this is our good friend Keith and Lynn's Jeep. We like to guide them on some trails. We have a great time, but every now and then, something goes wrong and we smash a part like this. These are the plastic steps that go along the bottom side of the body. A nice big rock caught this, smashed it. In fact, it tore the whole thing off the Jeep. So what we're going to do today is we're going to install some new Poison Spider Rock Brawler sliders on this. It's a fantastic product. We're going to review them. This is going to be a lot of fun today, and we're going to have fun testing them on the trail. Let's go on inside and let's get these things started. That's going to be fun.
First, we're going to mask the body with some masking tape to keep from scratching the paint while we're test fitting the panels. I'm using these bar clamps, which are very inexpensive, and I use them to hold these upper pieces in place so that we can center them. So we decided to bolt the 2 assemblies together. This will allow us to line up the upper piece to the body more accurately, with the lower piece bolted to the lower body mounts. I've marked the holes once the assembly was centered. We centered it by the bottom of the doors and the door openings and the center B-pillar that runs between the 2 doors. So once we have the holes marked, I'm going to center punch the holes over the masking tape. This will make sure that we have accurate drill points. I'm going to start by drilling the 1/4-inch pilot hole first. Then I will open it up to the 25/64 hole after I'm complete with the first stage. Once we've got the 25/64 hole drilled, we're going to remove the tape, and using a grinder, I'm going to clean up the holes so that we have a nice flush surface. We're going to use touch-up paint on these holes to prevent body rust and corrosion. This is an important step, and I can't stress it enough. The kit gave us a nutsert inserting tool, but I really don't like to use this one. It's very cumbersome. Instead, I have this professional tool. It makes installing these nutserts into the body panels a piece of cake. With a helper, I'll install the upper panel and start all the bolts. Then we'll install the lower panel. Our next step is to install the 3 lower body mount bolts that secure the bottom side of these sliders. Then, lastly, we'll tighten all bolts to torque, top and bottom. This will finalize the complete installation.
Okay, we're all done with this project. Now these things look fantastic. I am really impressed with the Poison Spider product. Not only are they durable, they act as a great step, but they look aesthetically good. See how they're centered in the door panels and along the door edges? Their laser cut is precision, and I really prefer that. But these are functional as well. 3/16 rolled steel, brake rolled steel, down under the body mounts, all the way up to the side panels. So now the protection from rocks hitting these things, he's in good shape for that. Now, if this was a little too much for you, just come and see us here at 2 Necks in West Valley. We're also in South Jordan. We have these products available and can install them for you. I'm Scott Huntsman. That's our What's New segment. More at your leisure in a moment.
Living in Utah, we're lucky we can enjoy riding our recreational vehicles year-round in the mountains, at the dunes, rock crawling, or road riding. Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or accessories? Stedman's Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
The boat buying event you've been waiting for.
The Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, February 7th through the 10th.
Great fun for the whole family.
Watch wakeboard pros on the 300-foot rail jam.
Buy the boat of your dreams with special show financing.
Register to win a 5-day Alaskan fishing trip courtesy of RW Fishing.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, February 7th through the 10th at the Mountain America Expo.
Tickets at UtahBoatShow.com.
The boat show is here, better climb aboard.
You know, we're folks bound by traditions. Whether it's holiday time or vacation time, make sure that one of your traditions is a stop at the Creamery in Beaver, Utah. Delicious cheese direct from the factory, ice cream, tasty treats, crafts, and gifts of all kinds. And it's the perfect place to get a bowl of creamy mac and cheese. Start your new tradition the next time you're headed our way. The Creamery in Beaver, Utah. Farm, meet table.
Conquer the summit and catch that Ski-Doo feeling with the 2019 Ski-Doo Mountain Sleds.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Just kind of waiting for Chad to catch up with me. Here he is. Hey, how about it?
She doesn't sink down and far in the snow as I do. I get there kind of deep.
Oh, we're just having a splendid day on the rail trail out here at this beautiful state park that we have so many and we're so blessed with.
You know, this is kind of interesting because this is billed as Utah's first linear state park. So it's just a skinny little right-of-way. It's the railroad right-of-way. And there's quite a story behind how the park got it.
Really?
Yeah. They got it, how they got it from the railroad. But what I really love about it is that Silver Creek runs all the way down the canyon and this trail meanders over it on several bridges just like this.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful and peaceful. It's gorgeous. Anyway, I think we should find a little bit more about the history of all the railroads here up in Park City.
Until 1869, the only way in or out of Utah was by horse, wagon, or handcart. It was a rugged and bumpy journey. That all changed in 1869 when the ring of hammers against spikes and the huffing of steam power made its way down Echo Canyon, ushering in the Transcontinental Railroad, which also ushered in a dream to build a connecting railroad from Colville to the Salt Lake Valley, loaded with affordable coal. The opportunity came in the form of a trade, when then Territorial Governor and church leader Brigham Young accepted railroad rolling stock, tools, and rails as payment for surveying and grading work the settlers had done in the canyons for the Union Pacific. The idea was to use church volunteer labor to build the smaller railroad connecting Salt Lake to Colville. The church and local communities formed the Colville and Echo Railroad. The ballast and ties were easy to come by, spikes were plentiful, but before they could complete the project, the rails ran out and the project collapsed. But the discovery of silver in Park City revived the dream with a flurry of competing rail lines, trying to corner the freight market for the ore and coal in Park City. Between 1886 and 1986, when rail service ended in Park City, the story of railroad competition, hostile takeovers, double-cross betrayals, and scheming reads like a chapter from Peyton Place. 15 different railroad companies at some point occupied 3 railroad right-of-ways into and out of Park City. Ironically, the last train to run into Park City was the Snowball Express, a 9-car passenger train loaded with skiers promoting the idea of Winter Olympics in Utah. And there you have it, something that was a burden to somebody. They didn't want it anymore, and now it's something that people love and use every day.
The Rail Trail State Park.
Indeed. You know, this is a year-round thing, too. It's not just wintertime activities. In fact, just shortly before I met you, Reagan Ludbetter and I did a set of wraps. We actually rode mountain bikes in the summer all the way down the canyon.
Oh my gosh, that sounds fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Well, have you ever wondered how much fun it would be to work at an ATV dealer?
Yeah.
Well, Joe the Assembler says he has the best job ever. So let's find out along the way.
Walking through the front door at Weller Recreation, you'll find dozens of new machines, polished and ready to drive off the showroom floor. But what you might not see is this. Dozens of crates filled with new machines still waiting to be opened and assembled.
We assemble, depending on the day, 3 to 4 new units per day. We have 2 full-time assemblers. They can assemble anything from a snowmobile, a dirt bike, all the way up to a side-by-side.
One of those assemblers is Joe Keddington. He loves his job, and for good reason.
Joe's awesome. Every day he shows up with a smile. Great guy. I would say Joe's the perfect assembler at Weller Recreation.
I'm Joe. I work here at Weller Recreation as the assembler. The challenge is exciting. I enjoy that. I enjoy using my brain and figuring things out. This is a good place to work for that.
The first thing Joe assembled today was a Can-Am Maverick XDS. Well, some assemblies can take up to 5 hours. This one took him only 2. It's almost ready for the showroom floor, but before that, there's one more important item to check off the list: quality assurance.
I'm the first one to drive it. It's a lot of fun, especially when we get a brand new machine in that we haven't had before. It kind of makes all the other guys in the shop, all the techs, a little jealous that I get to put it together, and then I get to go drive it. I get to see what it can do. It's the best part about my job. All right, here we go. The brakes are working. Make sure it's steered to speed. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in 4-wheel drive in high. Make sure that works. Back to the shop. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
The Utah Farm Bureau began as a collection of farmers supporting each other to raise the food we enjoy. Today, Farm Bureau membership encompasses everyone, whether ranchers, growers, or just everyday folks like you and me. Members enjoy discounts on items like vehicles and ATVs, or insurance that's very affordable. You don't have to be a farmer to join, and dues are small, but together we make a big difference in keeping our food supply local and abundant. Join Utah Farm Bureau.
Put some adventure in your life and attend
The Sportsman's Vacation and RV Show, February 14th through the 17th at the Mountain America Expo.
See hundreds of new RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, and accessories.
Buy at the show and save. Take advantage of special show financing.
Find RV accessories, fishing, and RV travel destinations.
Gourmet and Dutch oven cooking classes.
Register to win an Alaskan fishing trip.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the RV Show, February 14th through the 17th.
From the trail to the heart of the backcountry, discover that Ski-Doo feeling with the 2019 Ski-Doo Trail and Crossover sleds.
Something's coming at us. Lightning speed.
No, it's our fans.
I love it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure along the rail trail. Going from one end to the other today, and honey, I need an Uber.
I know, you can make it though. We're standing on Echo Reservoir right now, and it is so cool. So you can go a little off the trail.
Yeah, if you're in the state, if you're going from one state park to another, you can go straight in.
Yeah.
So this time of year, there's no water skiing going on, but there are lots of ice fishermen today. In fact, way more than I expected to see up here.
Oh my gosh, it looks like so much fun. Well, you know, it's the holidays. Everybody's enjoying the, the ice fishing.
I wonder if Walter Matthau's out here anywhere.
Grumpy old men. There's a lot of people people out here today.
That's true, and a lot of stuff going on. So let's find out a little bit about what is in store on At Your Leisure.
Okay, well, I know for sure January 17th through the 19th, we've got the 4x4 Jamboree, which is happening up in Hurricane, down in Hurricane.
Yep.
Always so much fun. Get your 4x4, saddle up, and get on over there, because that's going to be fun. We're going to be there.
That's true. And then, of course, in March is the Tri-County ATV Jamboree, which goes on in the same place.
Right.
So you can go down there with the UTVs and ATVs, and you check our website or go to their site and look for exact dates.
And in between January, March, February, we have the boat show and the RV show that we're going to be at every year. So come on down there and check us out at the old Southtown
We'll
Center.
have some great contests and things to sign up for while you're there. You want to check out our new Outsiders Club while you're at it. This is a way for you to get the inside track on all kinds of fun things to do and where we're going to be.
That's right.
All right, well, right now let's find out about our contest winner.
Our contest winner this week was selected from Facebook and is UTV plate Y80XD and was submitted to us by Brent Baxter.
Congratulations, Brent. You just won a Clearly Tough windshield for your rig. Clearly Tough, clearly the strongest windshields on the market. Call 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, it's time for us to take a look at next week's show.
Next week, we head out to the desert for a different kind of snow adventure as we take a hike through the red rocks at Snow Canyon.
Then, how much snow does it take to make a good ski run? More than some Utah winters provide. Just ask Eagle Point Resort owner Shane Gadbaugh. Next week, we will find out what it takes to solve the problem as we ski on Utah's newest artificial snow.
Well, next week's show looks excellent.
It does, Rhea, and I am looking forward to it. I'm also
if you live to see it.
I'm also looking forward to that Uber. I have a confession to make. When we were passing Colville,
yes,
I called for a ride.
Did you?
Yeah,
All
actually,
right.
See that car parked down by the side of the road?
Yeah.
They're waiting
That's
for
our
us.
Uber? Okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
out of here.
Well, if we do this every day, we won't have to call an Uber.
Well, not in the winter, because, honey, look where the sun is in the sky.
Yeah.
We'd never make it back before midnight.
That's true.
We'd get eaten by the cougars. Anyway,
Alrighty.
It has been a lot of fun. Winter or summer, the rail trail is one of those unique state parks you really should try. And it's easy. It's open access. There's not even a charge to walk along it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is a lovely, lovely trail.
Well, that's our show for today. The Uber guy's honking at us. Remember, there is adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. I'll race you to the car.